Okay, so today we'll come to know how to move the JavaScript objects so that you'll understand. Second, so over JavaScript animations dot HTML. Okay, so this is how it will be. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a normal HTML page with some animations. That's how we are going to do. So how we can do that? So first, I'll create an basic template. So doc type HTML and then HTML dash HTML, and here head slash a, and I'm giving a body element. So first thing is, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So there is a two different container I'm going to take, and after taking that container, I'm going to give a color for that. So to create a container, what we need to do? So we need to create a container in a body element, right? So if you want to give some styles for that container, obviously we'll go with the head element with the attributes, correct? So let's check how we can do that. Okay, so to create a container, just go to this body element. Okay, I'm giving some container, so div, and the container is, let's take so let it be like this slash div. Okay, inside this parent container, I'm going to create one more a child container. So that child container is going to move. So here I need a unique things to be performed in this container. So I'm giving some name as a container, and for this child element, I'm giving a name as animate. Okay, so these are the two different things I have given. So now I need to color this. Okay, so we can color this. Go here and give a style element here. Mention slash style. Okay, within this mention as hash container, and then hash animate. Okay, I'm going to color this. This is how we will be designing. Okay, so next thing is inside this container, what are the things we need? So I need to mention the width. So that container should have some 400 pixels. Okay, then I need to mention some height, 400 pixel again. Okay, and this is my this is my parent container. So what I have to do? So I need to mention this one to be a relative. Okay, and I'm giving some background color. So this background color to be a purple. Okay, and here comes again. Okay, this is my child one. So this is going to animate. Okay, this is going to move. So then copy and paste it here. Here I will change this width to be as a 50 pixel, and here this to be a 50 pixel. And this position, I will change this to absolute. If you want to move, or if you want to make something within some example, we can take some box. Okay, in that box I'm going to keep some elements or items. Example, I'm going to keep some phones and laptops and notebooks, so like that. So that phone, laptops, where it has to be placed, so that thing we can make it as a position as absolute. Okay, and here this is going to be a relator, and here I'm changing the color to be pink. So now we'll check what happens. Just go to the that folder I've created in this D drive. So just double click. So you can see here, this is my child and this is my main container. Okay, so next what you have to do is you need to do something. You want to change some colors, right? For that purpose, I'm going to give a button. So button on click. So on click is an attribute, right? So here I will mention the function name and close this button. So slash button. So what is the button name? So I'll give the name as click here. Okay. So just get down, and here we are going to create some scripts. Okay. So script slash script. Go and check. We'll be having some button here, right? So next, what I'm going to perform in that, if I click on this button, what is going to be function here? So that will be under the script, right? So go and create a function. So this is a function keyword and give a name as move. So what you have to mention here, what is the function name? So the function name is MOE, move, move off. Okay. So inside this, we'll have some, three variables. I'm going to create three variables. First one is let ID. First, it's going to be empty. This ID is going to be empty. This variable is going to be empty. And next one is I'm creating a const. So this const keyword. So we already know what is let constant, all right. So here I'm creating one more, variable name, that is element. So here a document dot get element by ID of something. So what I'm going to get is I'm going to get this one. So this one is going to be placed in this variable, element variable. Okay, double quotes I need. So guys, I didn't send the previous session videos. I will send it today. Okay. And next one is I'm creating one more variable that is called position. So as of now, you can see the position of this one is it is in the top left corner, right? So it has to move to the bottom right corner. For that, we need to set the initial position. So initial position is 0. Then you need to mention this clear interval. So the ID should be null. So the interval you are going to clear it to be ID. So it should stop there itself. Okay. And this is the method, one of the method. And next one is again, what I will do is once it cleared and it becomes a null, there is no option. What happens is we need to initialize this ID to be set interval. So I'll tell you what it is, set intervals and timeout. It is an interview question actually. Okay, I'll let you know. Okay, so first one is in the set intervals, you need to mention two parameters. Okay, so what are those is the first one is you need to mention the callback function, to mention the callback function and the seconds and the delay. So how long it will take. So here the callback function name is frame and the delay is 5. Okay. So now what you will do is, so this is my function, right? So just copy this. So function keyword and frame off. So here, so within this, function frame, I'm going to give some condition. So what condition is? And what the condition is, example, if the position is in somewhere else, what happens? Okay, so that's what we are going to check here. Okay, so the first one is we need wherever go, check a condition, you definitely go with the if statements, right? So if, so what I will check is if the position is, so I have set the position to be 0 initially, right? But see here, if it increases and if what is the width, it is 400. But if when it comes to some 350 pixel, okay, so the position becomes some 350, then what happens? Okay, so it becomes a 350. So what happens? You need to mention. So when it becomes 350, you need to clear the interval again. Okay, you need to clear the intervals because it will not exceed more than that 400 pixels, right? So for that, you need to give a clear interval. So in this clear interval, 1 second, guys. Okay, guys. So next one is, so see here. So after clearing this intervals, okay, because this is 350, right? So if it exceeds a 400, then it will not move more than that. Okay. For that purpose, we are clearing that interval. What is the ID? It should be in null. So we are clearing that. Okay. So after clearing that position, else if it is not in 350, so what happens? What we need to do? So in this, you need to increase the position value. So what is the position initially? It is 0. So I'm going to increase that. So position increment. Once it is incremented, so how, in which place it's going to increment? So first you need to take this variable because this variable holds the animated. Okay, this variable holds the animated and dot style. So yesterday we know how to style the elements, right? So how we'll do that? So we need to give style, and then you need to mention which property it is. If example I'm giving some background color, it will change the background color. But as of now, I want that element to move to topward. So topward it should move. So top, and the position, how the position should be, the position plus a pixel, it should increase the pixel value. Okay, and just copy this here. It's going to be a left. Okay, so this is how it will be. So let's run the code again. So now you can see it is moving. So this is a simple example for animation. Okay, so we can do it only once. It will not be, like it will not be iterative. So it will be doing for only one time. Okay, so I hope everyone understood what is JS animation. So now we'll go with the JS events. So what are the events we have? Okay, so I'll open a new file. So JS JavaScript events. So what are the events? So how we need to follow the events. So let's check. So the same basic structure. So I'll copy this. So better we'll do it again. So same thing, doc type. Here HTML /HTML. I need to save this one to be what? dot html, right? So save it, html, save. Here it is head slash head, and this is going to be a body element slash body element. Okay, so what are the events we are going to follow? Okay, so the first thing is we have so many different events are there. So event handler. The first one is we'll see about how to use click event, that is mouse events. So there are, like, see here, first one is a mouse event and keyboard events. One second, guys. Okay, guys, first we'll go with the mouse event. Okay, so mouse event, so previously we know what is mouse event, right? So I'm creating a button slash button. So here I will mention some name. Okay, so like see more. So this is a name I'm given. So what is the type? So type is button. Okay, and I will create one ID for this. So instead of ID, I will have one more attribute that is called on click. So on click is you need to click that button. So if I click on that button, some information going to display. For that reason, we are going this option. So here you need to mention the function name. So where you need to create a function in the script element. Okay. So slash script. Inside the script, so function keyword. What's a function name? So you can give whatever the name you want. I'm giving A. So inside this A of uh, you can give some methods. So I'll go with the alert method. So alert, hello guys. Okay, so this is how it will be. So here you need to mention the function name. So what is the function name? A of. Let's go and check. So it's in the different file. Just close this. What is the file name? JavaScript events. So here, if I click on this, you can see some alert box appears. Okay, so this is called as an on click. So we have one more thing that is called as, so first is on click, and now we'll see what is on DBL. So DBL is nothing but double click. Okay, so just run this. So previously, if I click on for the one time, so it will open that alert box. But here I need to double click. If I double click only, I will get this option. Okay, and we have something called as mouse enter and mouse leave. Let's see what is mouse enter and mouse leave. I'll give you some simple examples. So let's change this. I'm going to change this to be some image. Okay, I'm going to reflect it in the image. These are some example. You can check it out. Want. So on double click, and now we are seeing mouse on mouse enter. Okay, so this is a body element and this is a script. So in this body element, I'm creating an image. So this is my image element. Okay. So sorry. So this is a self closing. So it doesn't have any end tag. Okay. So here, what is the attribute I'm going to use? On mouse enter. Okay, so this is my on mouse enter. So in this place, I'm going to give some image. Okay, so let's take for an example. I have an image. So default, let's take default.jpg. So I'll just put this. So default.jpg file. Okay, after this, I'm going to use mouse on mouse leave. So on mouse leave is the one more attribute that also I'm going to use it here. So what is the, I'll take this one. Okay. So let's take this, copy this, paste it here. Okay. Dot jpg file. Okay. And then uh, here you can mention some width and height for this. So with this, I'm giving some 32 pixels and the height gonna be some 32 pixels. Okay. And the border, if you don't want any border, you can mention that as well. So I don't want any border, so I'll give it a 0. Okay, this is a simple image. So I'll tell you what is the idea. Okay, so in the script, just come down and give a function name. I'm sorry. Actually, so we, I'm so sorry, ma. So actually, what is the idea is just remove this. Right, a very big mistake. SRC, in this SRC file only, we will, what you will do? We will set an image, right? So just I'll remove this. So in this on mouse and on mouse leave. So here what you will mention. So here you need to mention the function alone. So you need to create a function. So get into the script. So here in the function name, we can mention some names. Okay, I'll mention it as enter of. So this is a enter method, and this is a function leave method. Copy this, paste it here, and copy this, paste it here. Okay, so this is how it will be. So now you need to do some functionalities. Okay, so what is the functionality is, so the functionality is nothing but just go here. You just assign some variable. Okay, so in this variable you need to mention, so what we are going to do. So example, I'm giving some x as the variable and style. So what the height should be. Okay, so here you need to mention some, parameter. So that is called as a x. And this place you need to mention this keyword. Okay. So in this height, just go here and give some values. I'm giving it as a 64 pixel. Give semicolon, just copy this and change this width as well. Okay, and again copy this, put it here. And in this place, you can minimize to be 32. So now we can run this. So if I click on this, what happens? It get increases. So I need to mention the parameter here as well. Just refresh. If I enter this, it get increased to 64 pixel. We can also increase this to be some 300, 300, and here it's going to be 100, 100. So you can see the major difference. See here, this is what you will do. Okay, this is called mouse enter and mouse leave. So like this, we have so many things are there. For example, if you want to use mouse over, so that is also the same thing, but it varies. Okay, the somewhat it varies. That's it. And next, we'll see about the keyboard events. So what are the keyboard events we have in a this JavaScript? So that is also very important. So I'll show you. So let's remove this. So here we have so many different events. So first, the main important three events. Let's see. This is on mouse leave. Okay, in keyboard events, we have something called as on key down and on key press and on key up. So this will react when we press on the keyboard. So then only it will work. So this events works only if you use a mouse. So for mouse only it will react. Okay. So this is how it will be. So we'll see some example on key down. So here I'll give one input field in the body element. Okay. So let's go here. I'm creating one input. So input type is text. It's going to be a text. So text, and in this place I'll give an attribute. So attribute name is on key down. So here, whatever the attributes if you're using for the HTML events, then your function, so you need to mention the function in the values. Okay. So here come, so here it is a function keyword, and you can give any kind of function name. So I'm giving it as a B. Okay. So here what happens is if I go to this input field, I need something to be mentioned as an alert. So that's what we are going to do. So see here, I mentioned some alert method. So alert method is going to be, so I'm mentioning you have pressed a key inside the input field. So this is how we'll be getting. Okay, here I'll mention this to be B off. Let's run this. If I click on this, I click in using my mouse, but it doesn't react. If I click on any keyboard events, okay, I used a character P. I just click on that, so I get this alert message. So this is what it works. And if I go and give a on key, if I click on this on key, press. So what happens? Let's put up. And just this key this attributes alone changes. So here I will create one different function. Is there any doubts? Here I will create one function. Okay, just remove this. So let keyword, I'm giving a variable, and what I will do is I'll give this in this input field. I'm creating one more ID attribute. This attribute, let's name as F name. Okay, first name I'm going to get, and I want that to be in a capital letter. So if I type it in the lowercase, it should be changed to the uppercase. Okay. So let EA document dot get element by ID. So in this ID, what is ID name? It is F name. Okay. So I'll put semicolon. Okay, this is a variable. So I'm going to get that a dot value. I'm going to fetch that value. So whatever the user just type on this input element, what it shows is it will accept. It will take that value. So once it take that value, so how we are going to change? So once I take that value, it should change it to the all uppercase. So value dot to upper case. So this is a method. Okay. So let's check the output. Just go here, refresh and check. So here you can see one box. Okay. So now what I will do is I'm typing a small character H. So it changes to capital letter. And I'm trying to type, small y. It changes to capital. So if I change this to be a lowercase, what happens? Run this again. Type, capital letter H. It changes to small j. So it is changing like that. So if you want to give some color also, you can give that color as well. How you can set us, let's get down, and here you need to change this to a dot style dot changing the background color. So background equals to green. So check. So changes to some, background color is green in color. So this is what you have to do. And one more thing is there, it is a key press. So key press is also same, but what's the difference between key down and key presses? If you're using some escape and alt or something like that, so it won't work. Okay, it will not accept the value. Okay, so that is a main difference. So now the next thing is we'll see about, form events. What are the form events we have? I'll remove this. So I'm going to give some input. Okay guys, so now we'll see about what is form events. Form events. In this form events, let's check with on blur. So same, I'm taking the same input field here as well, but I'm going to change the attribute alone. So what is the attribute for form elements is on blur. Okay. The same function name I'm going to use. So let's come down. So function keyword, and what is the function name? B off. So here I need to change the values, right? So the variable keyword, and I'm giving the variable name as A, and I'm going to get that value. So document dot get element by ID. So what is the ID name? So F name. So I'm going to store this values in this F name. That is in the variable A. So now I'm going to assign something for this. The same thing. So what we have done in the key. So a dot value. So something it is going to change. So a dot value to a upper case. Same process. So what happens is when you leave the input field, the function triggers, which transform the input text to be the uppercase. It will not do it when you are in the input field. Okay, it will show you once you get out from that input field. So let's check. I'm typing like this, nothing has been changed, but when I leave this, you can see it is in the uppercase. So that is the functionality of this on blur. So if you go with the on change, so on change event, so what is on change event? So what we are going to do, let's check. So here, I'll tell you. So first, just remove all these. So this is a select element slash select. Okay. So here I'll mention some elements for, that is a child element for the select. So nothing but we already know that is option, right? So select will have some different options. I'm going to give some name for this. Just copy this. I have some four elements. And first thing is for the select element, I'm going to make some attributes. Okay, the first ID is I'll give a name as A, and then what is the attribute name? On change, right? So here on change, and the function name is, let it be B off. Make it very simple. So I'm giving a value to be something like mouse value equals to keyboard. So value equals to charger. Okay, these are the different options I've given. Okay, so now I'm going to create one function for this. So what is the function is? The function name is B off, right? So B off. So within this, so I'm going to do some functionality. So what is the functionality? So I'm going to get the value and I'm just going to print the value in the output. Okay. So first, I'm going to assign some variable as A. So document dot get element by ID. So I need a value, right? So what is the ID name? So ID name is A, right? So ID name is A. So after getting this as a sorry, we'll have this variable name as C. Because already we have mentioned A. Get down, and here I'm going to alter the some text. Okay, so document dot get. So here I'm going to print. Okay, so h1 slash h1. So I'll give ID to be demo, or go with some other variable. B. So here I'm going to print element by ID of P. Okay, dot inner HTML. So here what I will do is, so whatever the option I'm going to select, that's going to print now. So you have selected option like this, you can mention. So here what is a variable? It is C. So mention here as C. So let's run this. What happened? Okay, let's run this and check. So see here, we have multiple options. If I click on this charger, so what happens? You have selected the option charger. If I click on this keyboard or mouse, So it shows like this. So this is how it will be. Okay. So on change event. So and one more important thing is on submit. So which you usually use. So on submit. In the on submit event, what is if example if you're going to submit your form, if you're going to submit your form, then what happens? So that's gonna play a major role. So I already have a input field. So what I will do is I'll create it as a form. So let's remove all these things. Okay. So here, so in this body element, I'll create one form. So how we'll create a form? So just give a form elements slash form. Okay. And I need some input field. So input type equals to text. And I'm giving some ID name for this, or we can go with a name. Okay, name is F name. And one more thing is submit button, and the value is going to be a submit. Okay, and here you need to mention one attribute, that is on submit. So in the on submit, in this place you need to mention a function name. Okay, so come down in the script. What is the function keyword? So function keyword, and you can give the variable name as a of. Okay, so a of giving some alert message as the form was submitted. And no, in the validation we can do more things using this on submit. Okay, so it is a of. So just go and check. So I'll type on, type in. So what is a error? It's text. Okay. So what happened is I didn't mention any F name here. So that is the reason I'm not getting any output. So what I will do is we'll do the JavaScript validation. So before that, we'll do one more thing, that is clip events. So how we can copy the events. Okay. So I'll tell you this form validation later. So here we'll go with the on copy events. So copying that is clipboard events. Okay, copy, paste, and cut. So that can be done using this. So now I will create an input element. So input type is equals to text. Okay. And the attribute is on copy. And what is a function name? I'll take it as a of and just close this. Okay. And I'll give the value to be try to copy this text. So this is the value I'm giving. So next is a paragraph. So here I'm going to display some informations once I copied. Okay. So the ID is E. Just get down in the script element. What is a function keyword? Sorry, what is a function name? A of. So just mention that. And so after copying some information, what you'll do is documents dot get element by ID of B. Okay, and I'm going to fetch that details, right? So inner HTML and what text to be displayed? You copied the text. This information to be displayed there. Let run this. So I'm copying this text. What happened? So when I click on in a keyboard, when I click on Control C, it's showing that you copied the text. So this is called as a on, that is clipboard events. Okay, and we have some option for on paste also. That is also the same thing. uh, let's see. So in the input field, so you need to change this copy to be a paste. Okay, so in this function and come down, if you want to increase the size also, you can increase. So size gonna be some 50. Okay, that is input field size, it will get increased. Okay, and come down, and here you need to mention it as pasted the text, pasted the text. Checks again. So just click on Control V. You can see I have pasted the text what I've copied. Okay, and now what is drag event? So drag event is also easy. If you want to drag something, then you can go with the drag events. Okay, that is not that much important, but you should know these things. So now we'll learn about a JavaScript validation, so form validation. So once we done that, we are well and good to attend the JavaScript interviews. There are so many openings for JavaScript developers. You're good in that, they will hire. Okay, so see here, I'm going to create a form. Okay, so in the body element, so form, what is a form? Let's let it be like this. So form, inside this have some input field. Input type equals to text, and I'm giving a name as name. And one more thing is input type equals to submit, and the value is submit. So in the form element, just leave some space, and the attribute name is, I'm giving it as my form. Okay, so first if you have too many forms, then what happens? You need to mention the form names, right? So in all the forms you will be having a f name, the first name will be there. So to know it clearly, so you need to give the form name. And the next one is, what is the attribute you are going to use on submit. So in the on submit, we need to use one keyword, that is called return keyword, and then you need to mention the form or the function name. So function name is here nothing but a. So that's it. So this is enough. So this what it will be. Okay. So next is you're going to do some functionality here. So function keyword, what is a function name? A of, inside this let keyword, and the variable name is some b. Okay. So in this b, what you will do? So you need to fetch the details of this first name. Okay. And you will check whether this first name value is empty or not. If it is empty, it will show some error. Okay. So document dot forms of, you should mention it in an array, and then you need to get the value. So what is the forms? If you have multiple forms, you need to mention the form name. So here the form name is my form, and in this place you need to mention the in the form what you're going to check. So here I need to check f name. Okay, so f name, put it in the double quotes. Okay, and then after doing this, go to if statement. So in this if statement, what is the variable name we have given? That is b. So b equals to, okay, if it is empty, so what happens? So if it is empty, it will show, it will throw some error. So that is called as alert. The name must be filled out. Like this, it will show an error. Otherwise, else also you can use. So here, you can give it as something like, wait, one paragraph. ID is equals to C. Okay, so here document dot get element by ID of dot. So I'm going to fetch the value, right? So go here and give some variable name. So let C. C is already mentioned. Oh, yes, C is already mentioned. So let it be D. Okay, I fetch the value. So now what I will do is I'm going to display some information here. So what value I'm going to get, F name value. So ID to be FN. Okay. So I'll change this to be FN. After this, after getting the value, what you will do? So just copy this. What is the ID name? This is called C dot inner HTML, right? And then it should display your name is, what is the name? It should be in a D. This is how it will be printed. So let's check. Run this. So here I'm typing John. Just click on submit. It is showing, but if it is empty, so what happened? It's showing that name must be filled out. But if I fill some name, let's say Sandhya, it's showing, but it is not displaying exactly. It is displaying, but not exactly what I meant. But I'll tell you. So this is how you will be doing the validation. So we'll see one more example for this HTML validation. So data validation is very important in JavaScript, so that you should know. And so I hope I have covered everything: events, validations, animations, cookies, and what are the basic things. Yes, everything is covered. 1 minute.